Verse 23, Ipe de Iosif pasitis Aegyptis. And Joseph said to all the Egyptians, Idu, behold, kektme imas, ketigin imon, simeron to Pharaoh. I have acquired you and your land today for Pharaoh. I'm sure he wasn't very popular. Maybe he was originally because he caused them or gave them food, but having this foreigner, Canaanite, being number two probably was a problem for then on. Lavate iafti sperma, take to yourself seed, ke spirate tigin, and sow the land. So he's telling them now to take the seed and which he had saved up from the years of plenty and go back and sow. Ke este taganima ta'aftis, and there will be produce of it. Ke thosate to pempton meros to Pharaoh, and you will give the fifth part to Pharaoh. That should be a fifth part, 20%. Yeah. And to de tessera meri este imin aftis, and the 4 parts will be for you. So they have, what is that, 90%? And then for is sperma tis geese, for seed in the earth. I'm not very good at math. Ke is vrosini, meaning for seed for you. Ke pasitis entis ikias imon, and for all the ones in your house. So a fifth and then 4 parts would go to, it would be 80% would be for themselves. Ke ipan sesokas, and they said, sesokas imas, you have delivered us. Now, the reason I highlighted that because it would be saved. You have saved us, but he didn't save them. It's not going to heaven because of this. So another way of this usage of saving, sesokas, so the word is delivering. That's what I used. Evromen, Harin, and Nantion to Kiriu Imon. And they said, you have delivered us. We found favor before our master. Ke asometh apethus to Pharaoh, and we will be servants to Pharaoh. Verse 36. Ke etheto aftis Iosif, is prostagma eostis imeris tabtis epigis Aegyptu. And Joseph established it to them as an order until this day for the land of Egypt. So this is being written much later and attributed to Moses. And so as he's writing this down, saying that it's still the same, and Moses would know because he was living with the royal family. For Pharaoh to take a fifth. Pharaoh apopemp tun haris tis gis ton iareon monon. Iuk in to Pharaoh, except of the land of the priests only, which was not to Pharaoh. So he didn't receive anything from the land of the priesthood. 27. Katokase de Israel in Gi Aegyptu, and Israel dwelt in the land of Egypt. Epi Gis Gesem, upon the land of Goshen. And Jacob, Israel. Or is it first starting to talk about a nation here? I believe it's probably Israel, Jacob, but interesting. Ke ek lioronomithisen epaptis, and they were heir over it, because here it says they, so it's possibly it was Israel as a nation. Ke evksithisan, ke eplithintisan svodra, and they grew and multiplied exceedingly. So now the Canaanites, not Canaanites, the family of Abraham from Isaac. Verse 28, Epezi say they Yaakov, and Jacob outlived in Gi, Aegypto, Deca Epta Eti, in the land of Egypt for 17 years. So 17 years more he's there. Ke agenonto imere Yaakov en Iafton ti zoisaf tu ekaton tessera konta epta eti. And the days of Jacob's years of his life were 147 years. That's how long he lived, all told. 29. Igisan they imere Israel to apothanin. And the days approached for Israel, Jacob, to die. Ke akalaseto ionaf to Iosif. And he called his son Joseph. Ke ipanaf to, and said to him, E evrika harin and nantion su, if I have found favor before you, ipothis tin hirasu, ipo ton miron mu. Place your hand upon my thigh, or under my thigh, hira, and this is where we get the word testify. Ke piesis ep eme elemosinin, ke alithian, and you will do for me a charity and a truth. To me, thapse me in Aegyptu, that is, to not entomb me in Egypt. Verse 30, Allah kimi thisome meta ton patero mu, but I shall be gone to sleep with my fathers. Ke aris me ex Aegyptu, and you shall lift me from Egypt. Ke thapse me in totafo afton, and entomb me into their burying place. Cenotaph was a word. It's a cenotaph is an empty tomb or a memorial place, a memorial where somebody's not buried, but it's a memorial to them. O they eat, and he said, Ego pis so kata torima su. And he said, I will do according to your saying. That is Joseph. Verse 31, Ipe they afto, and he said to him, Omoson me, swear by an oath to me. Ke omoson afto, and he swore by an oath to him. Ke prosekinis son Israel, epi to akron tis rabdu aftu. And Israel did obeisance upon the top of his cane. Here the dream is fulfilled, where the sun and the moon and the stars do obeisance to Joseph. His father does obeisance on the top of his cane. And it said the mother, but of course the mother was dead even when he had the dream. And I suppose just the Israel being there counts. The mother is there in spirit, I suppose, if you look at it that way. Otherwise, the dream would have been wrong. So it wasn't black and white as we like to have it. And so it mentioned the sun, the moon, and the stars, and the sun being the father, and the mother, and the moon, and the brothers, 11 stars. But the mother was dead already. So a lot of things that are in the Bible and their Hebraisms, things that people knew, took for granted. Today we may not, and say, well, that was wrong. So that was an error in the Bible because the mother wasn't there. Well, if you look at it under today's rules, you may consider it that way, but we have to look at the Hebrew way. It's sort of like with Jesus and being 3 days and 3 nights in the heart of earth, as Jonah was, so these things are interesting, and we have to take into consideration of how they spoke and thought. And that now we will go further here and get into the blessings of the sons of Joseph, and hope you will join us in the 48th chapter, and God bless.